Suriname said they will be working closely with the companies that are operating offshore and are committed to developing the local content in the country to allow their citizens to benefit as much as possible from them oil and gas industry. 3 years now, brothers and sisters. 3 years now, Guyana pumping oil, and they're pumping other things too. Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard words from our leaders like that? From those Surinamese people? The deliveries, the Suriname people say, will be done by special supply vessels, 3 of which are committed to Suriname. You didn't hear what I said there, man. Yeah. The people said 3 of which belongs to Suriname. It will be Suriname operations. The supply vessels will be bringing in, the man said, drilling waste from the rigs offshore for treatment, and will carry food and beverage supplies to the drilling rigs. Hear what the guy said. Them say diesel, that the rigs, they will be supplying the rigs with diesel. The supply ships, and the supply ships will be using their diesel, which will be purchased in Suriname. You hear me? The income from the diesel, the people say, per year is $30 million US. You didn't hear me, man.
One thing alone.
Yes, from 130 million US. Suriname have their own supply vessels. Is what Guyana got? Eh? Guyana has ExxonMobil supply boats that is charging us 55,000 American dollars per day. Work or no work. Suriname got 1 rig out there, and them take over all the supply boats. Them now got 3 supplying everything, down to the diesel. And we got ExxonMobil supplying them own self at 55,000, $11 million a day, work or no work. Wow. You hear what the people said, man? Them using diesel from Suriname itself, because they will be using 30 million US a year. All that money, brothers and sisters, has to be paid from the oil companies to Suriname and its people. Instead, all that money for Guyana is being paid to ExxonMobil, fattening them more. You see how to run business, guys? Huh? You see how to run business? Yeah. These are business people we have here, man. You take a headmaster who never run a cake shop. Jagdi who never run a cake shop. Brasington never run a cake shop. Or Ashley Singh. I'm on already one of them. Them run business. See them? You must be the supplier, guys, so your people can make money.
From their own point.
We should be the suppliers, so we can make extra money from our own oil. Instead, we take we little 2% money, what we getting, for pay them back, for their services. And when Kaieteur News report on these things, they want to shut you down. I love you guys. Suriname has approximately 350 people employed on the drilling platform. You hear that? Not me saying this, you know. This is a statement came out of the Suriname government just yesterday. Around 50, the people said I got around 50 of them. Out of that 350, 50 of them is Surinamese. How much Guyana got there? 3 or 4 of them were sweeping the ship floor and paying them less than what the cleaners are collecting from we schools. That's what we get in. Suriname said that they are putting every effort into having the storage area for the pipes and drilling materials for their country. Bernard, you hear that? Them said they're putting every effort into having the storage area for pipes and drilling materials for Suriname. We carried the story 2 days ago in which ExxonMobil said them looking for 5-acre land on the west coast to store their pipes and drilling materials. Are you really understand what's going on here, man?
We more than understand.
Suriname a set up stage for store the pipes to which they can be paid a rent.
Yeah, correct, is right.
ExxonMobil, oh gosh, Guyana give away the land for ExxonMobil said the thing. So ExxonMobil
Will charge me more.
going to charge a rent.
Storage.
They will be collect.
Of course.
There's a guy now.
That's the whole
Man,
There's a guy now.
Man.
The story.
man,
Good
man,
news.
I need help in this land.
But like I tell you, sir, I'm going to show them up. So enough.
Bernard,
All the time.
I keep telling you, man.
Bernard, you see the difference with leadership?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes,
Suriname say every piece of land and storage must belong to Suriname.
Correct.
We leaders say, give them the land, give them cheap, man, let them store it and let them pay themselves for store it.
Yep.
Then hand Guyana the bill to pay it. You and me, you can pay it from that 2% why you getting. When I'm done with you, like I said many times before, each one of you will hold your head and bawl. That's what these leaders, all of them doing to we in this country. In the Suriname contract, the oil companies are required to provide a report indicating that the development of its local content involvement in the oil and gas operations and to state their plans of actions to increase their levels of local content. They also have to submit a list of local content purchases on a quarterly basis. In Guyana, our contract is almost similar, but the requirement is not met by what the contract says. They are handing you hundreds upon hundreds of millions in bills as local purchases with no explanations or details whatsoever. As for the local content operations, the involvement in Guyana, oh gosh, we don't know who they're hiring, how much they're hiring, what position they hold. Basically, we know nothing. Apart from that, brothers and sisters, Suriname said the oil people have to submit on a quarterly basis a list of the numbers of contractors, subcontractors, local hires, and their associated titles. You hear me? You have to submit to Suriname all the contractors and the people who they hire.
Yep.
Companies are also required to use their best efforts to train locals with respect to their technical, administrative, executive management, and so on within the operations. Guyana doesn't know who are the contractors, the subcontractors, the locals, the associates who working for the oil company. Guyana doesn't know nothing. As for the training aspect, maybe those contractors training them to stand guard and to clean the trucks and the boats and stuff like that. That's the training Guyanese are getting.